Boom. Okay, so today, Tuesday, February 21st, GameSpot and Game Rant, I forget which one did which, but those two websites got to reveal some Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 figures. So we have the full wave, the Build-A-Figure, and a deluxe release. So, Guardians of the Galaxy Wave 3 Build-A-Figure is none other than Cosmo the dog. Like, why? The little Build-A-Figure. But the Wave has Star-Lord that does not have a Build-A-Figure piece. Mantis, Nebula, Drax, Rocket, Kraglin, and Adam Warlock. I think overall the figures look really good. I'm very excited about it. It's a full MCU wave. You know, we get the team in the matching blue and red uniforms, which is awesome. I think they look great all next to each other, everything. Adam Warlock, the gold looks kind of funky on the head. I don't think they did the head sculpt too great. It looks a little weird in my opinion. Maybe it's just the lollipop looking head. I don't know. But the figure is all new. That's cool. It looks like it has a little bit of limited articulation. No waist swivel on there, just the diaphragm. Kind of weird. Kraglin is just okay. I think there's some reuse with Yondu there. I don't know that I really needed a Kraglin figure or even wanted a Kraglin figure, but we're getting a Kraglin figure either way. One thing that's weird about the wave is, you know, we have the core Guardians of the Galaxy team, but we don't have a Gamora. No Gamora figure. As far as we know, there's no Gamora figure coming. But I bet there's a Gamora figure coming. Maybe a store exclusive, Walmart, hopefully not, Target, perhaps a fan channel exclusive or something. You know, I don't know. We don't know. But hopefully there's a Gamora figure coming. I can't imagine that there would not be a Gamora figure. And then there's no main villain, so there's no High Evolutionary figure, which seems kind of weird to me. Like, why wouldn't we get a figure of the High Evolutionary? Sure, we got a comic one not long ago, but how about an MCU version? The Big Bad. Maybe a store exclusive also. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those random single releases they do with, like, the Shuri Black Panther figure. We'll see. In the wave, though, it looks like there's some reused parts among some of the figures. Like Kraglin, I think, reuses some parts from Yondu. Drax uses like the same legs that we've gotten with all the Drax figures. Star-Lord arms seem to be the same. Maybe the legs, because Star-Lord does have pins in the elbows. Not the biggest deal. Yes, I would rather have pinless figures in 2023. But if reuse makes sense in some areas, you know, I get it. If the pins are the same color as the arm, it's not as big a deal. Now, again, not as big a deal does not mean that I don't want pinless. I do want pinless, but it's not the end of the world. Pinless would be better for sure. And then Cosmo just being so small is weird. I like bigger Build-A-Figures like anybody else, so it just kind of sucks that we don't get a bigger Build-A-Figure. I thought for sure Groot would be the Build-A-Figure. Swole Groot. But he's getting his own release, a deluxe release. And there's a little bit of a spoiler, something that we haven't seen in the trailers or anything. I think Funko Pop already has images out there of it, and then Hasbro Pulse posted pictures of the Groot. The pictures on I'm going to show you here shortly does not show the full accessory, this big accessory that Groot comes with. It's a little bit of a spoiler warning. I won't get into it. I won't talk about it. I won't post pictures. I have posted them on Instagram, but you'll have to scroll through the carousel to find those pictures, or you could just go to Hasbro Pulse's post and you can find them. No big deal. But these figures go on sale tomorrow, February 22nd, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern. And we'll take a look at the images. We start off with Groot there. So Groot looks pretty good. The head looks a little bit off. And then a baby Rocket Raccoon, I guess. Star-Lord, again, looks cool, but I think we have some of the same arms. Rocket looks really cool. He's going to be all new. Drax, it looks pretty good, but again, I think the legs have been reused. New arms, though. Nebula and Mantis look great. They look to be the same figures, different heads, obviously, different hands. And then Kraglin, again, I think some parts from Yondu. And the arrow is, of course, the same. Adam Warlock, again, the head looks weird to me. I would have preferred a gold paint instead of like gold molded plastic. There's Cosmo. And then when we circle around back to Groot. But I'm really loving the wave, especially, you know, MCU figures. They're my thing. That's what I prefer the most. But you guys, let me know, what do you guys think of these Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 figures? Are you going to be pre-ordering all of them, or just picking and choosing, going for certain ones? I think the fact that Nebula, Mantis, Rocket, Drax, and Star-Lord, 5 of those figures are in matching uniform, those are going to be like a must pick up, right? There's your core Guardians of the Galaxy team from the movie. Gamora should be part of that, should not be. We don't know how the storyline's fully going to play out. Hopefully a Gamora figure will come. Hopefully a High Evolutionary figure will come. But for now, we have the 7 figures in the wave, and then we have Swole Groot coming as a deluxe figure on his own. Swole Groot will be like $38.99. The other figures, $24.99, should be available everywhere. I will post pictures to like Instagram, and then I'll post a link here on YouTube for you guys. But you guys let me know what you think of the figures. I'm really happy with them. But of course, I'm an MCU guy. That's like my thing. So that's why I'm happy. I'm pretty hyped for the movie. After seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I think the MCU is hopefully on an upward trajectory again with the fan base. I know a lot of people have not been liking things like Thor: Love and Thunder sucked. But Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was quite good, so hopefully we roll right into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with some great MCU movies. But again, you guys let me know in the comments your thoughts on these figures.